Yes, you to the knowledge that will empower yourself. The mind. I want you to put that in chat. The mind. Comment mind if you're ready to learn about the mind. We're gonna tap into 5 ways to expand your mind. Um, and now, like, what question I want to ask is like, are you mindful of what you do each day? Do you keep track of what you're feeding your mind? Do you keep track of how you're stimulating your mind? Do you keep track of how you're training your mind? Like, what do you do when you wake up every day? Because usually it's governed by an action, and the action is governed by a thought process, and that thought process takes place within our mind, subconsciously and consciously. So I want to share with you some secrets from Elle Nightingale, who actually talked about the strangest secrets. I don't know if you heard that audiobook or read the book. I mean, I would definitely recommend you check it out on YouTube. Elle Nightingale, The Strangest Secret. And before I get into that, I want to talk about the mind. And I want you to research this doctor called Dr. Herbert Otto. So I think he won a Nobel Peace Prize about something to do with the mind. But he said, and I quote, he said, "Your mind can be compared to an undiscovered gold mine. Your mind can be compared to an undiscovered gold mine." So what does that mean? There is treasures of wealth residing within your mind, residing within your consciousness. And it has to be stimulated. But it takes place through us upgrading our ritual. It takes place through us doing actions that will expand and transform our mindset and shift our mindset to do greater things and to think greater thoughts and to be the best versions of ourselves, right? So I'm going to get into 5 ways to expand the mind. And one way is interesting. And this is what Elle Nightingale said. He said to initially get a blank piece of paper, get a blank piece of paper and write your primary goal at the top. Because when it comes to the mindset, we want to set our mind towards something, and that something is a goal. Maybe whether it's a goal for the day, whether it's a goal for the week, whether it's a goal for the year. Our mind needs a destination for it to be directed towards. So get a blank sheet of paper. It's not a blank sheet of paper, it's got stuff on it, but you know what I mean. So get that. And number one way is to spend 1 hour a day generating as many ideas as you can to improve what you're now doing. So I want you to get a blank piece of paper and write down all these ideas that come to your mind. Write them down on paper. Write down how could you improve what you're now doing, and get creative with it. Get expansive. Like, whatever thought comes through your head, write it down, because that can be later explored, and it's gonna get you thinking. Because how many times do you even think your own thoughts? Usually we're bombarded with the news and stuff like that, but really critical thinking and thinking about, do I want to improve, and what can I do to improve from what I'm thinking right now? And then you can go and look to model the success of people who are thinking where you want to think. So number one is spend your 1 hour a day generating as many ideas as you can to improve what you're now doing. And I want to put a single note as well. Like, I write down everything. I write down everything. Anything that sparks in my head is like, oh, I heard something. Huh. Something pops up in my head. Let me write that down. I always get these downloads and these seeds of inspiration. They keep popping up. And that's when you're on the path to improvement, these things take place. Okay, so I want you to keep that in mind. See what I did? Number two, enhance your life and expand your mind by trying to increase your mental capabilities to at least 20% or more. Try to increase your mental abilities to at least 20% or more. Now, before, i.e., a year or two ago, I was not able to keep a metric on how my improvement is in terms of my mental abilities, but I knew I was improving. So I knew I was improving because of how quick I was able to retain information over time. And also how I was able to communicate or effectively share my thoughts on something I had studied about. Those were like invisible metrics that probably that was measurable to me. But one more effective way to actually know whether it's like 20% or more that I've now put into my ritual now is cognition. So I have a cognitive training software which is actually designed to improve your cognition, your cognitive abilities, i.e., your mental abilities, being attention, focus, that mental stamina, multi-switching tasking skills, decision-making skills, you name it. And also to enhance that experience, use 3D glasses. So we do have, if you want to know more about that, we do have a free trial. You can DM me, comment, comment what you should comment. Comment 90 below in the comments if you want to know more about cognition and enhancing your life by enhancing your mind through this way. So that's number two. Number two is enhance your life by trying to increase your mental abilities to at least 20% or more. So that could also look like learning something new every day. That could also look like reading or listening to one audiobook every week, or challenge yourself to listen to 2 audiobooks a week. Something that is going to stimulate your mental capacity. Okay. I also recommend sound therapy because that's been very helpful for me also. I do have a product that I created called the Ultimate Brain Massage, and it's like some high quality frequencies. That might be in the link on my bio. You can check that out. And number three is what's number three? Number three is think of 20 possible ways for improvement in the activities through your day. 20. So if you want to know a number of like the ways that you can improve, write down 20 to be really specific. So out of all those ideas you generated, I want you to take 20 of those, even if it's little small ones, and see how those activities can be implemented throughout your day. It could be one of those 20, it could be 2 of those 20, but make sure you have that 20. Okay? And number 4 is don't waste time and energy worrying about needless things. Do not waste time or energy worrying about needless things. Oh my days. Okay, so let's get into this. Have you ever watched news that just triggered you? I'm sure a lot of us have watched news that just triggered us recently. I'm not going to name it, but you know what I'm talking about. And just news in general. People are watching news that is not related to their life or really actually benefiting them in any way. Because again, the inner world creates the outer world. Whatever's happening within you is going to happen without you. Oh, without. So, and it's also a case where when it comes to your mind, your subconscious mind is taking in all of these things that's stimulating your brain, stimulating your mind, unconsciously or consciously. So if there's negative news, it's going to install some level of negativity within you. If you're not mindful of how it affects you. But if you're mindful of how it affects you, you're able to mentally adapt and navigate through that feeling. So again, if it doesn't concern you, it doesn't deserve you. If it doesn't concern you, it doesn't deserve you. So let go. Just let go of it. Just let go. Let go. Right? Let go. Stop worrying. Because a lot of this fear, um, it really polarizes us. It really like puts us into submission. Like we can't even move. We can't even think straight. We can't even act straight, act right. So, but if we actually just really decide and choose to not put our time and energy towards that, guess what? Guess what happens? We save a lot of time and energy for another activity that will actually help us, and our mind will be more at ease. Our mind will be more open, not only to possibilities, but it'll be open and have more room for improvement and room for growth and room to do what we what we was designed to do, and really just navigate throughout our day. Because what's on the news doesn't often relate to what you're going through in your day. Someone else's problem shouldn't matter to you unless you tended to your problem first. So tend to your problems first. Don't waste your time and energy on needless things. Okay? And even what you can do is even write down what those needless things are. Write it down, make it plain, make it so you can see rather than thinking what it could be. Because we often, there's a lot of us, we have a lot of thoughts in our head, and it's all scattered thoughts, and we allow it to confuse us. But we're keeping all the thoughts boiled up here when we could easily just write it down on paper and release it from up here and displace it somewhere else. Okay? So write it down. You are like, and really observe how you feel after you write it down. Write down that thought that's confusing you. But write down it in question form. Write down in any form, you know? But write it down. Okay, and number 5. Actually, no, I want to speak more on that, scattered thoughts. So there was a teacher by the name of Mantak Chia, and he's like a master of energy. And he said that scattered thoughts decrease manifestation. Scattered thoughts decrease manifestation. So if we got certain habits or certain things we want to achieve in life or certain directions we want to go in life, but we're indecisive about it, it's not gonna it's likely not to happen. It's the likelihood of that happening, that whatever you want it to manifesting, is unlikely to happen if your thoughts are scattered. If you're not clear on what you on knowing or and even feeling and thinking about what you want, if that's all scattered around, the manifestation is decreased. But when you're focused, when your attention is there, when your attention is clear, it then allows you to increase that manifestation and move forward more efficiently and more in alignment with yourself. So I'm just drinking some water. Yeah, so don't waste time and energy worrying about needless things. Now, number 5. Number 5 is use your mind effectively to achieve your goals. Use your mind effectively to achieve your goals. So how do you do that? So as I said before, your mind, when directed well, will serve you well. And a great way for your mind to be served well is a great way for your mind to be served well is for it to have direction and to have a system. So what is a system? A system is an acronym for saving yourself time, energy, and money. And even you put another M for manifestation, you know what I'm saying? Save yourself time, energy, and money, and manifestation. Yeah, so You want to have a system in place. So if there's a goal that you want to have a daily method of operation in place. You want to have some priorities in place. You want to have a specific set of actions that you're going to do every day to move 1%, to get better 1% every day, and to move forward towards improving every day. I'm going to say it again. You want a specific set of actions and thoughts towards improvement and progression towards your goals every day. That is how you use your mind effectively towards your goals. Because when you're moving towards your goals and knowing you're following these simple sets of actions and having the thought process to align with those actions, you feel good. And when you feel good, you do good. And when you do good, you want to do more good. Okay? So that's how you use your mind effectively towards your goals. And doing this can really, really change us. Because everything begins and ends in the mind. And as I said before, your mind, yes, your mind can be compared to an undiscovered gold mine. So you're wealthy. Abundance is your birthright, but not all of us were birthright. So we need to do what we can to unlock this, to really reprogram, deprogram all the nonsense that's within our mind and fill it up with thoughts and a set of actions that will take us towards our goals and will take us towards new levels of wellness, new levels of wealth, new levels of balance, new levels of health in every aspect of our life. Because before I leave, there's another thing I wanted to say is about our mind. Is that not a lot of things are not as hard as we think it is, but it's hard because we think it is. A lot of things in life are not as hard as we think it is, but we make it hard because we think it is. Okay? I'm going to leave you with that. Ponder on that one, okay? So to end, I'm going to re-say all the five ways again. Number 1 was spend an hour a day generating as many ideas as you can to improve what you're now doing. Number 2 is think of 20 possible ways for improvement in your activities throughout your day. Number 2. Number 3 is enhance your life by trying to increase your mental abilities to at least 20% or more. I recommend NeuroTracker, cognitive training software. Link in the bio. Number 4, don't waste time and energy worrying about needless things. Don't waste time and energy worrying about needless things. And number 5, use your mind effectively towards your goals, to achieve your goals. Use your mind effectively to achieve your goals. Now, if you got to the end of this video, I want you to put a 5 in the comments below. I want you to put a 5 and just high five the screen if you're watching the screen. Just high five it. And I want to thank you. Like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. And I hope this helped. 5 ways to expand your mind. What are you going to do today to transform your life? Share this with someone that likes their mindset, that wants to improve. This is Devann Edwards, aka Devann the Connector, connecting you to the knowledge that will empower yourself, stay empowered, and just remember, the connection continues. Take care.